Well, hello, friends and neighbors from around the world. I'm Sid High, and welcome to another sermon from the Church of High Thoughts, Religion of the Commonalities. Today, I want to discuss something that is very sinister and has plagued society for a long time, but just keeps getting worse. So let's just jump right into it. So, what is it that enables not just cult leaders, but anyone to manipulate the masses? There's an extremely powerful, evil, treacherous, invisible tool that is used, and that tool is propaganda. Per Edward Bernays, the goal of a propagandist is to create the news, not report the news, create the news. No matter what it takes, make the news, control the narrative. Just keep repeating it and getting it out there. These propaganda techniques are aimed at the individual. Then the individual will meet someone else that has also been persuaded by the propaganda, which then creates a group. Also, the faster the communication method, the faster the group grows, which means the internet is the largest and fastest propaganda tool in the history of the world. An important thing to remember is that a group basically has a mind of its own and can be controlled differently than an individual can. And if you can get control of the group mind, then if the individual disagrees, they will be drowned out by the group mind. The bigger the group, the more power the propagandist has, and the harder it is to disagree with the group as an individual or an outsider. So, with those cheerful thoughts in mind, let's go over some propaganda techniques. The first one is word or symbol hijacking. That's taking a word or symbol and changing them to mean something different. For example, in Hinduism, the swastika represents the four directions. Facing right, it represents the evolution of the universe. Facing left, it represents the involution of the universe. Hindus consider the swastika holy and use it to decorate cultural items. But in the Western world, it is more widely recognized as a symbol of the German Nazi Party, who appropriated it for their party insignia starting in the early 20th century. Another example of a word that has changed is belief. It has been changed to mean truth in many religions. This makes them extremely susceptible to propaganda and conspiracy theories because belief is fine, but when you substitute it for the truth, you get into trouble. The next one is telling people what they want to hear. First, you have to survey and take polls to find out what the majority of people want to hear. Then the propagandists will tell everyone they value the same things to win them over, whether you mean it or not. And then you start to control the group. The next one is bandwagon. This is encouraging people to think or act in a certain way because everyone else is doing it. The phrase everyone else is doing it is a generality, but it is a propaganda technique to get the individual to join the group. I refer to bandwagon technique as the connecting of the group mind. It brings them all together. The next one is card stacking. This is presenting only the positive side of an argument while omitting the negative information. Generalities. This is a big one. Using vague, emotionally appealing phrases that are associated with highly valued concepts and beliefs. Slogans are a very powerful propaganda tool based on generalities. The next one is what we teach our kids not to do, and it's associated with bullying, but it's name calling. Attaches a negative label to a person or idea to discredit them without providing evidence. That is a biggie. The next one is plain folks. Attempts to convince the audience that the spokesperson is just like them, sharing their values and concerns. Whether they do or not, that's what they're trying to sell you. Testimonials used by celebrities or satisfied customers to persuade others to support an idea or product or cause. Transfer, also called association, associates the authority or prestige of something respected and revered with something the propagandist wants to promote. guilt by association, you could say. Next one is a biggie, transference, accusing someone of doing something which in fact the accuser is doing. That's a biggie. And the last one is huge to me, fear appeal. Uses fear to influence the audience's behavior by presenting a threat and then offering a solution, whether the threat is real or not. They will present it that way. And this one is huge, repetition. Repeats a message or slogan multiple times to make it more memorable and accepted. Boy, is that a biggie. Euphemisms. A mild or indirect word or expression substituted for one considered to be too harsh or blunt when referring to something unpleasant or embarrassing, such as downsizing, as opposed to just saying you're firing people. It uses mild or vague terms to make unpleasant realities more palatable. There are a lot more propaganda techniques, so I can't cover them all in this video, but I will go into these sinister techniques in future videos. I encourage you to study these and other propaganda techniques more for yourself, as becoming educated is the only way to protect yourself from it. It's important to also note that lying is usually a large part of these techniques, which makes them very effective, whether it's a small white lie to an outrageous lie, whatever it takes. Create the news, sell the narrative. It's not just cults that use these, but these techniques are often used in advertising, political campaigns, religions, and the media to shape public perception and behavior. We'll get more into that later also. And above all else that you get from this video, remember this. A propagandist will use these techniques to shape reality by making news to back up that new reality, no matter what it takes to do it. So that's it for this sermon. Next, I'm going to go through each of the commonalities and how it relates to specific religions. And then when I get through that, we will jump back into how these propaganda techniques are subverting lots of religions which still call themselves that particular religion, but don't hold the values anymore. Thank you again for watching. I also would like to again say I'm not asking for any money. All I'm asking is that if you do want to donate to a charity, if you could do it in the name of the Church of High Thoughts or the Commonalities, just to start this group to going, that would be great. I also am referring to this group as the Commoners. So if you'd like to join, you can be any belief you want or not have a belief. All you have to do is reflect on the commonalities. And if you could do this every day, maybe when you get up or when you go to bed at night, and when you go over the commonalities, think of what you can do to make the world a better place, because that is the goal of the Church of High Thoughts. Thanks again for watching. I hope you'll watch the next videos, and let's make this a better world. Thanks.